We all love overpowered anime characters. They've got interesting storylines, powers, and their attitude is pretty out of the ordinary. The power itself is so badass that we just can't get enough of them. All sorts of special moves, combat, and techniques are shown in a beautiful way. What's up guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 anime where the overpowered MC has hidden powers. If you don't want to miss our future videos, make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So without further ado, let's get started. Or at least that's what I would have said, but before that, I've got something interesting for you. Something that you can play even while standing in line at the grocery store. It's a light RPG called AFK, perfect for the busy you. Why? Well, it's because unlike traditional RPG, AFK Arena lightens up the grind yet provides a thrilling gaming experience all at the same time. Since it doesn't require a lot of hours, you're not restricted by time, you can play it whenever and however you want, be it casually or passionately. It also has a lot of strategic depth, so make sure to spare some of your brain cells. But what makes it a strategic RPG? Well, using hero unions, factional advantages, smart lineups and unit combinations, gamers can actually exploit a few of their brain cells by implementing a multitude of strategies while exploring stuff on their adventures. And also AFK Arena just released two new heroes. Zafrael and Lucretia are now free for alternative choice. They're Celestial and Hypergean elite heroes. It's the best RPG for busy you. Just hop over to their website using the link mentioned below, cash in on some exclusive gifts too, and embrace a light yet epic RPG experience in your spare time. Check the download link and gift codes in the description. Play AFK Arena right now. In the number 10 spot, we have Inyo from Gunjo no Magame. He's a fashionable looking protagonist who's had quite the impact on the series. The plot begins when a new continent named Magame appears out of nowhere. This island is filled with secrets and resources everywhere. Inyo is an angler and along with his team, he manages to go out on a journey to explore the island. Throughout the series, Inyo helps his clients and saves people's lives with his assistant named Zero. Inyo has a rather unique power called Lacto. This power lets him create objects from scratch as long as he knows the materials used in them. His power, physical abilities, endurance, and everything is on a whole other level. This makes him one of the most badass main characters of all time. At number 9, we have Kufa Vampire. As the name suggests, he's half vampire and half human. Kufa is the strongest and most overpowered character in Assassin's Pride. On the surface, he looks very calm and is a tall person. He just likes to carry out his duties. Kufa's personality changed when he had to tutor Melida. He was asked to kill Melida as she didn't have any tendency for mana. However, Kufa disobeyed his father and protected her instead. Kufa showed his real powers when he was having a 2 versus 1 fight. He transformed into a vampire by overcoming his limits. His vampire form is so strong that being in his presence, the enemy's legs would literally shake. He was easily able to defeat the assassin who came to kill Melida. Kufa screwed him over and walked away casually. Too overpowered for a main character, huh? Yoshihito is number 8, a protagonist who's 23 years old with no job or no girlfriend. To live comfortably in his life, he rents out one of his rooms in his house. When he rented out the room to his tenant named Lily, something awful happened. Lily was attacked by a vampire named Vivian. In the meantime, he found out that Lily herself is a werewolf. The plot continues further when Yoshihito is scouted by an organization that makes him deal with the creatures from other worlds to make them a tenant in his house. All this serves to maintain the balance of the world. To your surprise, Yoshihito has no powers. He's an ordinary man who's just good with friendship, and that's definitely not a Naruto reference. But at some point in the anime while saving Lily, he's forced to have combat with a beast. In that moment, he went head to head and was able to enhance his physical powers significantly that made him overpower the beast. Never giving up, that's his real power. Genzo Shibata isn't our usual anime protagonist. In addition, the whole anime is filled with humor and you'll have a very good time with it. Genzo's a pro wrestler who's also a pet lover. His dream job is to open up a pet shop. Talking about his physical condition, Genzo is very muscular and tall. He's a very famous wrestler. However, just talking bad about animals might give you trouble if he's around. The plot is actually even funnier than that. After his successful match one night, he's summoned into a different world where a princess asks him to become a beast killer and free her kingdom from every type of beast there is. However, he knocks out the princess with his special abilities and leaves the castle immediately. This shows the true extent of his powers. His hidden power is his sheer strength. A lot of enemies would occasionally underestimate him for being weak looking, but we know that happens a lot in anime. However, he easily defeated the Orc King, who was the strongest being in that fantasy world. What can you expect more from a human whose powers been peaked to the ultimate level? We love it.
よかったわね、春彦。私たちも嬉しいです。
ありがとう。まだちょっと慣れてないんだけどさ。
ねえ、この中に春彦の好きな子っているの？
Number 4 is somewhat spicy. We have Haruhiko Ichijo, the main protagonist of Musaigen no Phantom. He has phantom hunting abilities and studies as a first-year student. Personality-wise, Haruhiko is very kind and a book person. He loves to read books and is called useless by his own friends. The whole plot of this anime revolves around phantom hunting. Haruhiko has a special ability that makes him become very powerful. Being such a knowledgeable person who knows everything about phantom, his skills are on a whole other level. The ability is called the Book of Thoths. His powers are art-based. As Haruhiko is flawless in drawing, his powers enable him to seal and capture various phantoms just by drawing them in his book. But the craziness doesn't stop here. He can also summon phantoms. His hidden power is that he can copy anyone's moves, and he can also read their minds and memories. Such an overpowered character can't be taken for granted.
奴らの作戦に加わったところで足手まといになって真っ先に死ぬ。
Ganta Igarashi is next on our list. He's the protagonist who's also known as Woodpecker. He's the best friend of Shiro, who's the other main character. The basic plot moves when Ganta is being conned by a man named Redman, who murdered Ganta's classmates and put the blame on him. In the beginning of the series, Ganta seemed to be a very kind and harmless character. Even when he was sent to the Dead Man Wonderland for killing his classmates, which he didn't do, he was stunned to see the atmosphere in the prison. During his time there, he learned a lot of things, but the main goal of Ganta was to take revenge from the Redman and clear the misunderstanding of him killing his own classmates. He got very depressed when he was released from prison. He's already witnessed so many deaths and betrayals. However, Senji teaches him to confront his fears and become strong. He then knows that he can still change the future, if not the past, and works on getting stronger. This whole anime is filled with many arcs, and the character development is one of the best we've ever seen in any anime. As Ganta was a dead man, he had the power to control the flow of his blood. His power, Gantagun, was an example of how powerful his abilities are. In short, he can pull blood out of his body and shoot anyone, making this a very intimidating ability. At some point in the anime, a huge boulder was thrown to make sure that he dies. However, his will to live and find the con man made him use Gantaman, where he flawlessly destroyed the boulder. This ability makes him very overpowered. For the fourth number, we have Yoshimori Sumimura from Gekaishi. The middle child of the Sumimura family, our hero had it rough at times too. In his flashbacks, he's shown to be a very weak child who cries easily and is pretty fragile. Dokine, his close friend, has always helped him out of dangerous situations and tough times, even though the family didn't let them be friends with each other. In the anime, Yoshimori was treated very badly by his elder brother. When Dokine was 9 years old, he got injured badly, but Yoshimori managed to save her and bring her back. From that day onward, he promised himself to become stronger and better to save Dokine and bring justice. Just like any other anime character, Yoshimori has a lot of powers, but the hidden power came when he completed his training in the Sumimura well. That power was called Muso. This power would take his conscious mind away and put him into a blank state. The result of doing so is that his power, speed, and reaction. Using Muso state, he can summon a huge amount of Gekai without getting tired. This is probably the most overpowered skill that Yoshimori had. Moving on to number 3, we have Shinra Kusakabe, a firefighter and the main character of Fire Force. After his mother died, he made his mind to become a hero, saving others so that they wouldn't have to suffer the way he did in his childhood. To save people from something called spontaneous human combustion that will turn them into ash monsters, he joined the Fire Force Academy. Shinra is a brave and very confident looking character whose main goal is to become the best hero. One thing's for sure though, his smile is pretty weird. When he's nervous, he shows his nervousness in the form of a smile. While we can talk all day about his powers, the hidden power that was later revealed later in the plot is called a Dola Burst. He was always considered as the 3rd generation pyrokinetic, but when he showed a Dola Burst, it made him a 4th generation pyrokinetic. In this state, his powers, including speed, strength, and even his psychic state, improves dramatically. He can move as fast as the speed of light, see people's memories, and exert a huge amount of physical strength. And this power is special due to the fact that it increases with the increase of Shinra's desires, making it one of the most powerful and hidden powers.
とりあえずこれどうにかしてくれない？
あなた一体何者ですか？
In second place, we have Akihito Kanbara from Gyukai no Kanata. He's a bright, fun, and playful personality. Having beautiful blonde hair, the kind aura is leaking from every aspect of his character design. Akihito is half human and half Yumu. His father is a Yumu and his mother is a human. In the plot, Yumu are creatures that are responsible for killing humans in the human world. His most basic abilities are controlling fire and excellent healing powers that make him practically immortal in a sense. As a child, he had once been hit by a car. Everyone was surprised to see that there wasn't a single scar on the powerful protagonist in the storyline. But wait up, this isn't your simple happy ending story. Akihito, as we know it, was a Yomu. He has immense powers that many fear. In the anime, when fighting Miroku, he was injured very badly. That's where he started to show his hidden powers. To make things simpler, when he's injured pretty badly, his Yomu side takes control and annihilates anyone who comes in his way. After his fight with Miroku, he became a beast with black eyes and a green aura surrounding his whole body. When his Yomu side took over, he almost destroyed Hirumi, but was saved by Kuriyama, who apologized for not understanding him. Such a blend of kindness and powers that are totally uncontrollable makes him a must for our list.
お前の血で埋めてやろう。
For the number 1 spot, we have Gades et Drama di Rizel from Noblis. In the anime, he holds the title of Noblis, as he's a noble from Lugdonia. This sole title makes him different and superior from all other nobles in the plot. Talking about the plot, all nobles feared his power and thought that he could easily kill anyone he pleased. Rizel was living his life in solitude until he met Frankenstein. Now, as we've already said, he's the most overpowered character in this anime. Having so many hidden powers, his presence itself is intimidating enough to make everyone tremble in fear. In the anime, his powers have been sealed by 2 earrings, out of one that he'd already broken years ago while fighting in that era, and one that we can see on his left ear that was gifted by Frankenstein. He's lost a lot of powers that are worth mentioning, but blood affinity. This power absorbs energy and exerts a huge amount of pressure, which we can see when he's fighting with Ignis. Just by using his power, he was able to rupture Ignis's eye, causing her to feel the pain. Once he gets serious, there's nothing stopping this badass noble. And that's it for today's top 10. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our future uploads. And until next time, peace.